name is Drew Becker, and this is Omar McCallop, and we put together the Triangle Book and Writers Conference this year with the idea that there really wasn't a lot of opportunity for writers and readers to get together and to share ideas with each other. Right. I know some writers, and you've put on a number of events before, right. And so I figured, well, that's probably a pretty good combination of things to get the conference off the ground and to make it successful. Again, I know that you're a writer as well. What other ideas, what other kinds of things do you have that you wanted, when we were talking about the conference, so what other kinds of ideas did you have in terms of what that could do for the community? Yeah,
I mean, I think that, my first writing piece to a large scale was with you. And I met you, and you helped me develop and co-write my book. And I just knew that there's so many people in the community that have ideas and desires and want to write a book, and just don't know what to do or how to do it. And had I not bumped into you, I would have had all the ideas, but not a really good starting point. And so I hope that the conference will give people an opportunity to attend and meet people that can help them get their book started and finished and complete, because I believe in stories. I believe in, we both do, believe in people having the opportunity to share, their stories in their life and what happens. That's in my opinion, the thread that brings us all together. And you have a body of seasoned writers, yourself and others who have done this for a long time, whereas I produce events, as you said, and putting events together. But also I feel like I come from the new writer side. Like, we have great stories and things of that nature, but just don't know what to do. So I think that we kind of bring both sides of the writing world together. And when everybody culminates in this room, or in the room at the conference, not this room in particular, but it's just a wealth of exchange and growth. And like we said, we looked around and there was not a conference like this in this area. And I think there's one on the other side of the state, maybe we saw around towards the Charlotte, Piedmont area, but nothing triangle based. So we said, let's do it. So I'm super excited to just bring everybody together and give people an opportunity to do something that that hopefully is in their hearts and minds to do. So.
Well, and I think another thing that we talked about was that we want to help to build the writers community. Yeah. There's already some writers communities, but they seem to be disparate. They're in different, they're almost in silos. Right. And we wanted to bring a lot of those people together so people could meet each other and build even a bigger network of writers to be able to support each other.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. I mean, even with all the universities here, and as large as academia is in this area, it does seem that the writing and the writers, whether they be academic writers or commercial writers or what have you, they just seem to be separate. And I think that we wanted it to be one hub for anyone who writes or has a desire to have a book. And also I feel like books, they kind of went away with technology and then they came back. That's kind of how I feel. It's like nobody was thinking about a book. It was just kind of like, we can, watch it on the internet or read here and read there. But then the written word and how you tell the story and how you sit there with this piece and you ingest it is different from looking at it in any other format. And so that's why I'm excited that books have, in my opinion, made a resurgence thanks to Kindle and Amazon and all these other items. We've used technology to bring books back when I think people thought that it would destroy them. Mm-hmm. So I think that's an interesting conversation and why you have so many people saying, hey, I want to write. I don't know everything to do, but I want to, this is something that I want to do. And this is open to writers of every level. We're going to have people like Drew and others who've written, 7, 8, 9 books, and then we're going to have people like myself and even people on the panel that are 1 or 2 books, and then we're going to have people that, they just have a spark and no books at all. And so that's what it's for everyone, because the best way to learn is to, talk to different types of people at different levels of what you're trying to accomplish. So I think that the panels that you'll see do this. They bring, as the phrase goes, people from all walks of life together for a writing universe, if you will.
Well, and another thing, you brought up the different technology. Now that we have ebooks and we have print on demand, anybody can actually become a writer.
Right.
Anybody could go out there and write your book and put it out there. Now, whether anybody will read it or not
It's a different
isn't a different story, and
Right.
that's why we have the panel on marketing,
Right.
So that people can understand part of what's involved there. But I don't think there's ever been a better opportunity for people that have a story
Yeah.
to tell their story in written form.
Yeah.
Either whether it's a physical book or whether it's an ebook that somebody's going to pick up. Because I know that I have my phone and I probably have 50 ebooks on there, so I can pick the book I want to read at the time I want to read it.
Wow.
But then at the end of the evening, I want to read a book, I want to hold it.
Right.
So
Okay.
I like both.
Oh, do you? Do you? Now, see, I have to say I'm probably the opposite. I can't name the last time that I've held a physical book for pleasure reading. Now, I have a book if I'm studying or kind of like self-help, so I can market that type. But pleasure reading, I'll read on a device.
You read on a device.
So I'm sure there's some type of research where people, you can see that breakdown. But I think it's important that we all do that. People read in some way, fashion, or form, whether it's digitally or physical paperback. And I think that's one of the things that we want to encourage as a whole. I'm passionate as a marketing and branding person, as a filmmaker. I'm passionate about stories in all formats, because it's about stories and human stories, people stories. I mean, say human like it'd be alien stories, but I'm passionate about those types of things in all formats, and so I'm excited to hear what everybody has going on. So it's gonna be cool.
Well, thank you. I'm
Yep,
looking
thank
forward
you.
to working this conference with you.
Yeah,
And we're having a good time so far putting it together.
certainly.
We have
We have a good time anyway, no matter what.
We want to invite everybody to come out on September 10th and to the Triangle Book and Writer Conference. It'll be at the McKimmon Center. It's going to start somewhere around 8 o'clock in the morning and go through late in the afternoon.
Yep.
And get your tickets now.